Breaking tonight with less than a month to go before the first votes in Iowa. The polls are showing what looks like a tight Republican race at the Iowa caucuses. But the big story this evening concerns the back and forth between Donald Trump and the husband of the Democratic frontrunner, as former President Bill Clinton hits the campaign trail for his wife Hillary. At this time, Mr. Trump is ramping up attacks on the president's treatment, the former president's treatment of women. And now Trump is getting pressed on an apparent change of heart on this issue. Does Trump think the Lewinsky scandal is actually a deal breaker? Here's what Trump said today compared to what he was saying back in 2008.
He lied. He got us into the war with lies. And, I mean, look at the trouble Bill Clinton got into with something that was totally unimportant. And they tried to impeach him, which was nonsense.
Years ago, you said Monica Lewinsky, they shouldn't have chased after it like this. Bill Clinton's sex life shouldn't be an issue. Now you're saying it's like one of the main issues. You know, how's a voter supposed to
I tried to help him a little bit because it was important for me as Secretary of State, as a senator, to have all these people on my side. I needed votes for things. I got many things done. I needed votes. And I would have these people on my side. So I wasn't going to get involved in the Monica Lewinsky thing, and I wouldn't get involved in it now.
Chris Stirewalt is our Fox News digital politics editor. Howie Kurtz is the host of Media Buzz right here on FNC. Gentlemen, Happy New Year. Good to see you both.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Megan.
All right, so Trump said some stuff about Hillary while we were all on vacation that was, shall we say, widely perceived as sexist. And then Bill Clinton goes out on the campaign trail. And now Trump, what's he doing here? Trying to recapture the moral high ground by trying to say sexism. I'm not really pointing at Stirewalt. That's Trump pointing over at Bill.
Right.
Is that what's happening, Stirewalt?
So this is, I take it we're referencing his reference to a Yiddish word for a part of the male anatomy,
right,
and how that happened to Hillary Clinton. I don't know if we're saying that word, but that's what he was talking about.
I've been told that we've been bleeping it out here on Fox News.
Well, don't bleep me, sister.
Okay. Wouldn't be the first time.
Exactly. So the deal here is Trump is accused of sexism for saying that this act was done to Hillary Clinton, and he says everybody in New York talks about that act in that Yiddish term all the time. We, people from West Virginia, hadn't caught up with all that language until recently, so we thank American politics for teaching us about these words and these terms. But anyway, the point being, Trump says, oh yeah, you think I'm sexist? Your husband, and look at this. And I'll tell you what, when you go back to the videotape on this one, there's plenty. And the big difference, of course, now is that 20 years ago, the social justice movement, feminism, and everything else was in a very different place about what happens when you have relations, when you have Congress with 21-year-old interns in your office. It ain't funny on the left now. It was funny to them then. Trump bringing this up now hits back at the Clintons where it hurts. That's
the thing, you know, Howie, is that she is probably, you tell me, helped by Bill Clinton more than hurt by Bill Clinton, because the Democrats in particular love him. I mean, his approval ratings nationwide are very strong, but there's a weakness there. And so far, no one's really exploited it. And Trump is saying, I'm the only one who has and the only one who will.
Well, look, Bill Clinton's past misconduct is obviously fair game. He was out on the campaign trail for her today in New Hampshire.
You say obviously, but a lot of the Democrats have said, move on. Even some Republicans have said, don't get back into the nastiness of the Clinton affairs and all the other stuff, because it'll be bad for the Republicans.
Well, I think it's kind of priced into the Clinton stock, at least for anybody who was alive in 1998 and 1999. But in classic fashion, Megan, Trump has been aided and abetted here by the mainstream media, for which this whole story is catnip. And I'm very happy to go back about Bill and Monica and Bill and Jennifer and Bill and Paula and the whole impeachment saga, even though I think a lot of voters would probably rather hear more about problems that touched their lives than what happened back in the 90s.
Why? And so Trump goes back to his flip-flop, because there he was in 2008 saying something very different than he's saying now about this problem for Hillary and Bill. And his explanation is one we've heard before, Chris, which is, I was trying to buy them. I was trying to buy them, so I had to say that it wasn't a big deal. I didn't really feel that way, but I needed to buy them, and I said what I needed to say.
We have asked this question before and never gotten a satisfactory answer. What did he get for all of this? If, let's say he said something he thought wasn't true, about Bill Clinton's actions. Let's say he did that, but he believed at the time that it was bad. What did he get for that? He said he needed her influence. He told CNN he needed her influence as Secretary of State. He needed her influence as a senator to get him things for votes.
That's the question.
Well, but what did you get? Where is the payoff?
What about this, Howie? Trump has admitted that if he goes here with Hillary, he opens himself up. He's on his third marriage. He's had affairs that have been documented by the press. You know, this is not necessarily the easiest issue for him either.
No, and he does open it up, and he's, as you say, he's acknowledged that. I mean, I covered all of the Clinton sex scandals in the 90s, but I also covered the very ugly breakup between Donald and his first wife, Ivana, and his relationship with Marla Maples. And so it really depends on how much public interest there is in rehashing all this at this point and how much the media want to turn up the volume here. I mean, again, it's all fair game when you're running for president, but should this be front and center in the presidential race when it's Hillary who is the candidate?
My head is swimming. Great to see you both. Can't keep up with it all. Remember Christmas where we were just like eating turkey? Okay. Breaking tonight, new details.